A very warm welcome to you. It's my pleasure to welcome you once again to your one-stop shop for all the latest happenings in the world of insurance business and more. My name is Lucy Nyambi. You are welcome. On our lineup this week, it's not very often you find someone who has benefited from insurance come forward to say so. That's why the persistent narratives about the Nigerian insurance industry is that they don't settle claims, which is not true. Today on the CEO Rendezvous, we're joined Faith and her guest, Mr. Oge Eboigbe, CEO of APA.com Limited, an insurance claimant who speaks on his claims experience and what operators need to do in the areas of public enlightenment. Let's take a listen.
You have to spend money to make more money. So whatever they are collecting, they should spend it for good promotion, to bring more clients, to convince more people that we in insurance can do what we say. Don't just be disbelieving because from origin you don't believe in insurance.
On this edition also, we will bring you highlights from the second edition of the TECHPRENEUR Summit in Lagos, organized by the Development Bank of Nigeria, DBN. The summit was held this year under the theme, Promoting Innovation and Sustainable Partnerships at the Intercontinental Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos. The hybrid event was, as expected, a gathering of entrepreneurs, business owners, and critical stakeholders in the tech ecosystem. Let's take an excerpt from the event.
What are we trying to do in the MSME eco space is to ensure that we bring all the partners together and build the MSMEs. And that's why I like this talk about partnership today. The keynote speaker mentioned it. And we've also seen Kamal and DBN partnership in collaboration with some other PFIs.
The other thing for technology entrepreneurs is that whatever product or service you have, please spend time and energy in transforming it into a platform if possible.
Hello. It's been a rough few months, I know. You've just bought a car and 2 weeks ago you accidentally hit someone else in traffic. Now you've had to pay your mechanic to fix both cars. Then the other day, you get stopped by the authorities for incomplete papers. And now you've had to pay a heavy fine. Tough. Now you've parked your car at home, and the fear of something happening has stopped you from enjoying your car and living your best life. But what if I told you I have a solution for you? Ever heard of third-party motor insurance? Well, it's simple. For only a small premium payment of 15,000 naira, you get a massive shield of coverage of up to 3 million naira that protects you from unexpected accidents to other road users. Small premium, big coverage.
Enjoy the peace of mind you deserve and get your third-party motor insurance today for only 15,000 naira. This message is sponsored by the Insurers Committee of NICOM. For more information or complaints on non-settlements of claims, please visit www.nicom.gov.ng or www.nigeriainsurance.org.
A very warm welcome to you. It's a pleasure to have you join us on the CEO Rendezvous this week. I have the honor and privilege to be hosting a senior colleague, and also someone who has experienced the insurance industry firsthand in the areas of claims payments and is here to guide us, share his experience with us, and say one or two things about what the insurance industry can actually do to turn the narratives of they don't settle claims. I have with me Mr. Ogi Eboigi, who is the CEO of APA.com Limited. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir, let me start off by asking, the Nigerian insurance industry has been bedeviled with this perception of, for decades, they don't settle things, and they don't do this, they don't do that. They are sweet at collecting premiums from you, but when it's time for them to do good on their promises, they start giving you stories and all of that. It's been on for decades, and it has also affected the insurance industry in terms of their contribution and the role they play in the society. But from an outsider perspective, why do you think this perception has consistently remained in the insurance industry in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. I don't really think it's Nigeria alone. I think that worldwide insurance has always had trust issues, but many countries have been able to sort out their trust issues. The average insurance salesman usually is always looked at with some suspicion.
It's not like too much.
Yes. And it's true that certainly claims is a major issue because there are usually tiny tests, fine print, terms and conditions and all when you take up a policy, which many of us don't read. And when the time comes to settle claims, our insurance companies will point out those tiny prints to you that you didn't really look at them at the beginning. But the issue is that I am one of those who believe that we should let professionals do our insurance business, do our claims for us. I am somebody that encourages people to use brokers. Insurance brokers are part of the insurance industry, and they know, how to maneuver, go through the ups and downs and all. I've, basically used brokers for a long time.
Okay, sir. Well said. Now, and when you talk about image, oftentimes the average insurance person will tell you that, insurance is not like the banking sector, where you also spend quite a number of years. It's not like the banking sector where we don't have money to advertise like the banking sector. We don't have money to do this and to do that. But we find that in the banking sector, in terms of the Nigerian public relating to the banking sector as part of the financial service system, is a different ballgame. People don't readily see bank, even though there are some things they also do that some of us don't like, but we still love them, so to speak. But for insurance that have had this issue of perception and public image, taking that effort or going above and beyond to even sell what they have has always been an issue. I just want your thoughts on that.
So I do wonder why it should be an issue. Why would they say they don't have money and all? One thing to note too is that in other places, at least where insurance will thrive, insurance companies own banks. In Nigeria, the other way around. The banks set up insurance companies. Insurance companies are those who should have the funds from all the premium they collect and use it to run or set up banks and run those banks. I think what happened was that banks, maybe in the 90s or something, they had their insurance departments that would take care of their assets and all their cars and all. Slowly discovered that sort of setting up departments, we can actually make money from insurance, and decided to set up insurance companies. So the major insurance companies now basically feed off from banks, owned by banks. And so that confusion is there now, as if banks are bigger than insurance companies.
But they are bigger than insurance companies.
Well, that is here.
Yes.
I mean, when you talk about Lloyd's Insurance, UK and all that, those are big boys from the beginning who set up their own banks and all. The insurance companies need to get up and be like a bank. Compete with the banks. They may not have the license to start giving out loans and doing all the things the bank do, but they have. Like funds that are basically silent, they're quiet, they are just there, doing nothing. They should use those funds to make more money. How would they promote their products? They introduce different products, and then it basically silent. Send the salesmen out there. People don't trust insurance salesmen.
Anyway, the world.
Well, sometimes just even a basic thing, because sometimes the way insurance salesmen dress different from the way bankers dress. The marketing people in the bank dress fine and all that.
They look flashy.
Why will insurance salesmen also look like that and present their products in a way that people will understand? Advertising and other promotion will also come in. I've seen some adverts by insurance companies in Nigeria lately, using what they call brand ambassadors, influencers, and all. Some even have their MDs appearing in those adverts. Nigeria is an underinsured country, a country over 200 million. I doubt if up to 50 million people, use insurance products. So they need to reach those people in all those places who don't watch those digital TVs to see all those adverts. If insurance companies advertising on CNN, who are they attracting? Exactly. The people they should attract are those, regular Nigerians who maybe will listen to radio, they can sing. Social media is very, popular now, or more than mainstream media and all. They need to design or get people to design good promotional materials for them that will reach more people, rather than saying we don't have money to advertise. Where is the money that you are collecting, the premium you are collecting? What are you using the money for? I even know that people who invest in insurance companies complain that they are not, getting, do that the banks are doing. So what is happening to the money that they are collecting? You have to spend money to make more money. So whatever they are collecting, they should spend it for good promotion, to bring more clients, to convince more people that we in insurance can do what we say. Don't just be disbelieving because from origin you don't believe in insurance. It's difficult to sell insurance product. People don't believe bad thing will happen. Where will I reach? More people are taking 5,000. Well, it used to be 5,000, now 15,000 naira for. And then when you hit somebody on the road, you start arguing who did this, who did that. Well, I thought we just give him your insurance card and say, contact my insurance company. Doesn't happen here. We negotiate there and pay for them to fix the man's side mirror.
Okay, sir. Another issue that I want to talk about is still dwelling on this trust issues and lack of acceptability of insurance by majority of Nigerians. Now you find insurance companies today, they will tell you that there's hardly any insurance company that will not settle a genuine claim. Now, if you open their books, annually you see billions of naira, billions of claims settled. But the average person is also asking, who did they pay these claims to? So there's a kind of a disconnect between the operators of the industry and the generality of Nigerians, the people believing that they actually make do on the promise of claims payments when you suffer a loss. Why do you think this has always been and is still exists?
I think the regulators too need to be up and doing. If you see the accounts of these companies, you see what they are declaring and all that, you'll be able to ask questions. How? Why? How did this come about? Who did you pay this billions of naira to in terms of claim? How the people believe that you have not been paying? all these claims? And why did you decline this? Why did you not pay this one? The regulators should be, up and doing. Not just regulators, even people like you who cover insurance, other media houses and all, should ask questions, because this is something that affects Nigerians directly. People have their houses burnt on a regular basis. Markets get burnt on a regular basis. They are not insured. Whereas elsewhere, all this will be insured and it will be taken care of by insurance. If you tell the people that when you insure your house, you insure your business, you insure whatever you have, your generators and all that, and anything happens, the insurance will take care of it. That is when the trust issues come. Once you are able to convince the people and they come and patronize you, you must make sure that the promises you have made from the beginning are fulfilled. Otherwise, you continue to have suspicion among the people. They will not believe you anytime you talk to them about coming, to insure themselves or even to get life assurance.
All right, welcome back. Moving on, we now bring you highlights from the 2023 TECHPRENEUR Summit put together by the Development Bank of Nigeria, DBN. The annual event is part of the bank's commitment to alleviating financial constraints and improving the capacity of small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria. Happy viewing.
The Development Bank of Nigeria, DBN, recently put together its annual TECHPRENEUR Summit in Lagos under the theme Promoting Innovation and Sustainable Partnerships at the Lagos Intercontinental Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos. Guest speaker was Mr. Oluwakomu, President and Co-CEO, OPay Nigeria. The hybrid event had in attendance entrepreneurs, SMEs, tech merchants, and other stakeholders in the tech ecosystem. Speaking virtually at the event, the Managing Director, Development Bank of Nigeria, Dr. Tony Okmanachi, called for alliances that will catalyze investments in the tech sector in order to promote innovation and a sustainable future. In his keynote address, the guest speaker, Mr. Oluwakomu, President and Co-CEO, OPay Nigeria, said that there is a greater purpose fintech have to fulfill to drive a more extended financial inclusion.
Essentially, fintechs and non-banks in Nigeria, as of 2020, in the real sense, only extended the financial rate by just 6%. I am sharing these numbers and I'm conscious that we have a lot of our tech brothers also online assistants. I'm sharing these numbers to prick the conscience of our tech entrepreneurs, our tech brothers and sisters, that there is a greater purpose we have to fulfill to drive more extended financial inclusion, not just to chase the customers of incumbent banks, even when they might have been underserved. Our social impact is bigger that way. You do not need to look too closely to see that most of our tech ecosystem activities are concentrated in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and few big commercial cities. Our tech brothers and sisters must recognize that we must make as much impact in Lekki as well as in Lokoja. That we must make as much impact in Abuja as well as in Abunema. And that we must make as much impact in Port Harcourt as well as in Portisco.
The Nigeria's tech ecosystem is bursting with untapped potential, but it faces significant challenges, including limited access to debt finance and a scarcity of mentorship opportunities. The high point of the summit was the panel session. Panelists this year were Mr. Olusegun Adeniyi, Chief Digital Officer, Wema Bank, Mr. Dennis Eziaga, Chief Digital Officer, FSDH Merchant Bank, Mrs. Kristen Wilson, Strategy Lead Support Group, and Mrs. Busola Falade, DBN's Head Credit Operations. In his presentation, Mr. Deni noted that there is a shift in the demography of employable youth in Nigeria.
One of the biggest things that I have learned from this is there is actually a shift in the current demography of employable youths. A lot of them do not naturally imbibe into the idea of being an employee. So organizations and governments have to start looking at, encouraging ways that that particular demography can exist as either entrepreneurs or up-and-coming business owners, or engage in employment with an entrepreneurial mindset. What does that lead with? One thing that I see as a big opportunity is partnerships that enhance that sort of thinking. So if you take today within Wema Bank, the way we manage that is we have a number of hackathons and ideathons where we bring that demography together, use it as a way of talent acquisition, but in actual fact, the problem we're trying to solve is create a platform where they can be the best and demonstrate the best of their entrepreneurial thinking. So we leave them, we call them misfits within the office when we're in our suits and ties, but the general problem we're trying to solve with them is give them an opportunity where work becomes play.
One of the major highlights of the TECHPRENEUR Summit was the presentation of cash prizes to the top 3 winners of the Eco Innovation Challenge, covering environmental sustainability, sustainable agriculture, and renewable energy. Mr. Onimisi Charles Atere won the first prize and received 1 billion naira. The DBN TECHPRENEUR Summit serves as a melting point of ideas and innovation to accelerate the growth of MSMEs in Nigeria.
Hello. It's been a rough few months, I know. You've just bought a car and 2 weeks ago you accidentally hit someone else in traffic. Now you've had to pay your mechanic to fix both cars. Then the other day, you get stopped by the authorities for incomplete papers, and now you've had to pay a heavy fine. Tough. Now you've parked your car at home, and the fear of something happening has stopped you from enjoying your car and living your best life. But what if I told you I have a solution for you? Ever heard of third-party motor insurance? Well, it's simple. For only a small premium payment of 15,000 naira, you get a massive shield of coverage of up to 3 million naira that protects you from unexpected accidents to other road users. Small premium, big coverage.
Enjoy the peace of mind you deserve and get your third-party motor insurance today for only 15,000 naira. This message is sponsored by the Insurers Committee of NICOM. For more information or complaints on non-settlements of claims, please visit www.nicom.gov.ng or www.nigeriainsurance.org.
That's our time on the program this week. Many thanks for being with us. Keep a date with us, same time, same station next week for a fresh package. But in the meantime, if you miss any part of today's program, please go to our YouTube channel, Almond Finance TV, to watch it and other content. Voting will officially open next week for the 2023 Almond Insurance Industry Awards. Visit the awards website, almondinsuranceindustry.awards.com, to vote for the nominee of your choice. Voting is free and your vote counts. My name is Lucy Nyambi. Until next time, be good and stay safe. Bye-bye.